Hey folks, what is cracking, man? I'm the Credit Savage. Welcome to my channel where I like to talk about credit card sign-up bonuses, and how to best use all of those to your advantage so that you can maximize on those rewards when you do decide to take a trip by yourself or with a significant other. However, today I am not going to be talking about any type of traveling hacks. I will be talking about EDD. So I suggest if you're looking about, for any type of travel hack or any type of credit card for that matter, look at my other videos. This one specifically is going to have to do with EDD, and we're going to talk about why it is that some people are pending. It seems like the biggest issues, or one of the biggest issues arising from so many people going on EDD, is that they are having issues when it comes to answering the questions that EDD asks, because some are confusing, and so we're going to go through them one by one so that you can have a good idea on what those answers should be in order for you to have a really good certification going, so that you can send it to EDD and have as little issues as possible. Now, any of these questions, if you for whatever reasons answer it incorrectly, it can really mess you up. It can mess you up with EDD, any type of extension like the PUA or the Fed Ed. So these are questions you're going to have to answer every 2 weeks for the most part. And even when you're, I guess, even towards the end almost, you're still going to have to answer these questions no matter what, because they just want to know, how things are going for you and whether you're looking for work or not and all that jazz. And so make sure that you cross all your I's and, cross all your T's and dot all your I's when you answer these questions, because, like I said, it can be really a pain in the butt when you don't do so. So here we go. Now, if you didn't answer one or more of these questions correctly, you're in for a review, and we don't want to do that. Certification question number 1. Okay, were you too sick or injured to work? The answer to this question should be no. All right, because even if because of the situation that's going, let's say you got sick, whatever, right? And it had nothing to do with the CO, 19. We'll call it that. So I can't say that, or else the algo doesn't like that. So we'll just go forward and call it, the vid. So just jot down no. That's what you got to do. And I'm not asking you to lie. You're just being honest, and you're saying, I haven't been too sick or injured to work. I'm ready to work. If things get better, I'm good to go. So, certification question number 2. Was there any reason other than sickness or injury that you could not have accepted full-time work? You should have to answer no on this one as well. Again, because that's what they're looking for. That's the answer you want to give, so you don't, open yourself up to a review. And that's what you want to go with, so that you get things going the right way. Certification question number 3. Did you look for work? That's the one that should be a yes. Some people are being extremely honest and saying no, although they know that they are on EDD, and the reason that they're not working is because of the vid. However, they were like, no, I'm not looking for work because, I do have a job. It's just I'm not working because of this. Then you're going to open yourself up for a review. Guess why? Because you're saying no. If you are not working because of the vid, and, your job hasn't opened yet, or it's just taking time, and then you're at home just pending on that call, guess what? Then you are looking for work. You are. You're just not looking for work in terms of you handing out resumes left and right to different companies, and so some people think that that's what you have to do, is answer no, because that's not what you're doing. That's looking for a job to them in their brain. That's what it entails, and that's not what you want to answer. So you got to write down yes, or else, like I said, you're going to stop your EDD or open yourself up to a review, and that can take weeks, if not months. And we don't want that. We want to make sure that you are answering all these questions to the best of your ability, and so that they can get you paid. And if there's an issue, then we know for a fact it's not these questions, but something else. All right, so certification question number 4. Did you refuse any work? That should be a no, okay? If your employer, say, called you just to ask for volunteers, And a lot of people that have, written down on my comments have actually said that they were called in by an employer, and they were like, they were asked to be volunteers to come back, and they said they didn't feel good enough coming back, and they weren't secure. They hadn't gotten the shot yet, and so guess what? Then you open yourself up for a review if you wrote yes. So you want to make sure you write no, because the employer is just asking for volunteers. They're not asking you to come back to work. They're not saying, hey, we have a schedule. This is your schedule. And so you have to come back to work, in which case then, that's a whole different ballgame. But if they're just asking for volunteers and you said, I don't feel comfortable because I'm not vaccinated yet, or, I've gotten sick and I'm with issues right now. So please just do yourself a favor and say no to question number 4. Certification question number 5. Did you begin attending any kind of school or training? That should be a no, okay? Unless you're going back to school full time and training full time, and they're giving you financial aid and all that jazz. If people are taking a couple of online courses, that's a no, man. That's definitely a no. And some people are taking 1 or 2 little courses online, and they think that they should write yes on this. No, it's a no. If you're receiving, no financial aid, and you're not, going and taking classes full time, or even like 4 classes, which would be part time, but you're not going somewhere. You're just at home, just diddly daddling and not really, doing too much. Then it's a no. Do yourself a favor, write a no, and get yourself paid, because it's silly to me to go into review because of something like that. Okay. Certification question number 6. Did you work or earn any money, whether you were paid or not? This is a tricky one, all right? You have to be honest, and do know that you have to give them all the information that you can, and that you have to disclose it. So if you use your Social Security, and wherever it is that you had a job at, they called you back for work, but then they said, what, we're not ready to open, and you went back out, and then you're not working because of that, that's fine. You just got to make sure you have all that information in the questionnaire, where they have week 1 and week 2. Write down the date, precisely how much you were paid, the address and the phone number of your employer, and then you have to write down how much, a number up to $999. So that then in turn, would make you answer yes for this. But if it's not full time, and then you write down that, on the reasons, you say, job not available yet, or still working, it's totally fine. They'll just deduct that, from your weekly award, and you'll keep going, But if you don't write down a number, and you don't give information as to what, how many hours you worked, for the employer or whatnot, or you did work and you did not disclose it, then that'll put you on pending, and you don't want to do that. So be as forthcoming as possible. But if you earned a couple of bucks helping a buddy of yours moved, and they give you $100 or something, and it had nothing to do with your Social Security, you're not gonna get a paycheck. Nothing is going into the California coffers. Then you don't have to disclose that. I'm not saying to lie. I'm just saying that there's no paperwork. There's no paperwork. There's no taxes being paid, or none of that. So then I would personally not disclose that, because it's a couple of bucks. So it's up to you whether you want to disclose or not. But like I said, there has to be a trail, a paper trail. And if there is none, I wouldn't open that can of worms. And so the main reason why you also may be pending is because you've had a change of mailing address or phone number, and you forgot to disclose it to EDD. And so, and then you come in, and then, you file and use the wrong address or the wrong number. That can then put a stop completely to your payments and open yourself up for a review, just because right now there's a lot of issues with identity fraud, and people, stealing other people's identities so they can get unemployment through them using their Social Security. And so, they're going to have to ID you, which means you're going to have to go through ID.com, I think, or ID.E or something like that. I can't remember at the top of my head right now. But anyhow, so you want to make sure that all that information is definitely up to date with EDD, or else you're going to have to open yourself a review, and you're going to be waiting sometimes months to get paid. And that's what we're trying not to do. So I hope that this information was useful. If this information was useful to you in any way, and I'd appreciate if you subscribe and make comments, like the video, because it actually does help the video gain traction and be seen by more people because the algorithm picks it up, and then more people can be helped. And ultimately, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help as many people as possible that are having issues, like the ones I'm talking about. So I'll make another video soon, with more reasons as to why you may be pending. But as of right now, these were the main ones I wanted to address because it seems like these may be easy questions for some people that have experience with EDD, but others are fairly new and it may be a little confusing. So I hope that I clarified something. So if this helped you out, I appreciate you give me a little like and you share the video. And so thank you for watching. I'm the Credit Savage, baby, and you guys take it easy.